All right. Please welcome to the mic Dianna Hinshaw. Dianna is a Navy brat with a story to tell us about a tiger cruise.
As a Navy brat, I got lucky to see my dad in action on a tiger cruise when I was 10 years old. While I was growing up, I wanted to see my dad, but he was often gone months at a time. Now there I was, getting ready to board a plane to Bermuda from Virginia. Virginia was cold, so I wore a turtleneck shirt, blue jeans, and sneakers. Boy, was I totally unprepared for what was to come. So as I boarded the plane, I went and I got up to a window seat, and I went and I sat down. But I said hi, hi, hi to everyone, because I was so excited. But then I calmed down a bit after I found someone about my age that I talked to for a bit. Then we sat down, then the plane took off. While the plane was up in the air, we had breakfast. I got a sausage biscuit from McDonald's. I wolfed that sucker down like it was no tomorrow. Then I started getting tired and I wanted to fall asleep, but I couldn't, but I was getting myself adjusted. I was rocking back and forth in the seat. Couldn't sleep because I was too excited. So I lifted up the shade to the window and I saw clouds. And then I looked down and I saw the water below. It was navy blue. As we continued along our flight, I was still looking out the window. The water started to change color. It went from navy blue to a blue-green. Then I saw an island, little islands with white sandy beaches and palm trees. And then I saw boats with people that looked like tiny little ants. Boy, I wish I had my camera. I left it at home. Then the plane landed in Bermuda. Finally, it's about time. I wanted to be the first one off that plane. As an unaccompanied minor, you know, I really wanted to get off the plane. But I had to wait. So when it got to be my turn, I went to the crew and I said, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then I turned. I had to walk down a stairs to get to the ground because it didn't have a terminal there. But as I walked down, before I walked down the stairs, I got hit with a blast of hot, humid air. At first, it didn't bother me at first. But then I walked down the stairs, a little bit more, it kind of bothered me somewhat. Then I had to walk to the pier. And when we walked to the pier to get to the boat to meet my dad's ship, it started getting really hot. So I wanted to get on the boat, the very first one. No, I couldn't do that. Even though I saw the luggage, it was for, and the elderly, of course, they were the ones that got to go board the boat. But I couldn't. So I waited for I waited for the next boat. The next boat happened to be a dinghy, which is a low riding boat. And it's got like a rubber inflated tube around it with rope handles. So they put life vests on, and we got the life vests, and they fit the other passengers too. And I was so excited, I wanted to ride this boat and get to my dad as quick as I could. But as we got on the boat, we took off. It was a little bit bumpy at first, and then I saw columns in the water, and then I saw a buoy. And then the water started getting choppier and bumpier. It started coming over the sides. And then that water started coming over my head. I'm holding on for dear life. Someone grabs my life vest and pulls me forward. Thank goodness I didn't go overboard at the time. And then when we got closer to the boat, my dad's ship that is, it calmed down. And then my next challenge was to climb a ladder with handrails. So I wanted to be one of the first ones this time. So as I'm climbing up the ladder, I slip. And I'm holding on like Velcro. And then someone pushes me up from behind. Thank goodness I didn't fall into the water below. And then as I continued to climb, I made it up to the top of the deck. I saw the luggage, and there was a man standing at the podium. It was not my dad. So I walked up to the gentleman on the podium. He happened to be in a navy blue uniform. And he said, "Stop. You cannot go any further. Who is your sponsor?" I looked at him confused. And I was like, "Huh? Sponsor?" So then he asked me again. He said, "Who are you here to see?" "My dad." "Who's your dad? Mr. Hinshaw?" So he said, "Hold on there, let me make a few phone calls." And then he started making phone calls, but he told me to wait on the deck. Me, drowned rat, had to wait on the deck. Many later, my dad comes, and then I thought I heard him say to the gentleman, "That one is not mine." I went and I said, "Daddy!" And he said, "Hold on, I'll go ahead and get her." He comes and gets me. And he said, "Didn't I tell you to wait when I got here?" I said, "No." He said, and then I said, "My hearing aid's not working." And he said, "That figures." So we start walking to the podium where the gentleman was standing. And then my dad says, "Permission to board with one guest." "Permission granted. Welcome to the USS Grasp." I was so happy at the time, then the phone rings. It happens to be for my dad. My dad answers, "Hello? Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I have my guest, but unfortunately, I need an escort." Thank you, sir. Right. My dad says to me, "Dianna, unfortunately, it's the captain. I have to go back to the bridge. I cannot take you with me. So, I do have an escort. We're going to take you there." So as I go, I climb many ladders, and then I go a couple flights of stairs, and then I come to a hallway where I see two gentlemen in navy uniforms, and I see one gentleman in khakis. My dad takes me to the gentleman in khaki. He says, "Sir, this is my daughter Dianna. Dianna, this is Captain. Captain, hello Dianna. Nice to meet you. Hinshaw, you have a beautiful little girl." "Thank you, sir." I say, "Thank you." "Thank you?" So, Dianna, this is my quarters, and I will be your escort, and you will be my guest. And then we went, and he said to my dad, he said, "Dianna, your father is a fine sailor and he works here." He said, "Thank you, sir." So as we And he said, welcome to my quarters. And the door now opens. As I see in the room, I see a bunk bed. I see a throw, and then I see a mini fridge, a leather couch, and a TV. He said to me, Diana, go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Make yourself comfortable, and we will be there. My dad comes to me and says, now you sit right here. Don't you touch anything. Yes, Daddy. So many years later, I still remember that Tiger cruise. And although I had a bumpy beginning, I got the opportunity to spend time with my dad, and it made it all worthwhile.